hope that you're all doing well. As I was sitting there, there's such a good spirit and atmosphere in this room. I have this warm, fuzzy feeling inside of me. That's a good feeling to have. On my way, coming from my school, from East River, I heard on the radio that it is International Smile Day, and I was like, my goodness, when last have I seen a smile? Because it's covered up by the mask. But yeah, I get to smile. All of you and everyone that needs to stand here, we get to smile. So, as my colleague said, my name is Schippers, and I'm a social worker based at a high school in East River. So for me, it is indeed an honor to be standing in front of all of you today, and just to speak a little bit about the reasoning and the purpose of the gender-based violence and bullying campaign that we are launching today. So as you all know, gender-based violence and bullying is not just a global phenomenon. It is something that is so prevalent within our country. And just keeping in mind that Community Keepers is a school-based organization, one of our main focuses is addressing the emotional and psychological trauma and any issue that affects the mental well-being of our learners or the communities in which our schools are based. So there was no other way for us to not take a more advocacy and an active role in addressing gender-based violence and bullying. We as mental health practitioners, most of the clients that enters our therapeutic rooms, we see the trauma, we behold the trauma, we witness the emotional, the behavioral, and the psychological effects of gender-based violence and bullying that is experienced within the home environment and within the community environment. I think it's important to mention the connection between gender-based violence and bullying. Many times, bullying is rooted within gender-based violence, and we see that being presented within the symptoms or the behavior, how our children act out in the therapy room, at home, and within the school. And this then brings me to the most exciting part of this campaign, the main reason why all of us are here today. Why are we here? What's the purpose of this campaign? This campaign is focused on to raise awareness on gender-based violence and bullying by means of telling stories in video format, in which every character that will be portrayed within the videos will be showing us how gender-based violence and how bullying shows up within the home environment and within the community environment, and how these two environments and the effects of that transfers to the child's school environment. I think what excites me most about this project is the medium in which we will be relaying the stories. We need to keep in mind that many times gender-based violence comes across as a very complex term to people, and especially to our learners. But if we look at our everyday lives, and there's a word that Mr. Laddie mentioned, he mentioned subtle, that it easily, it simply, and it subtly creeps into the daily existence of our learners and our communities in which our schools are based. So these stories that we will be telling, it will take the narrative of ordinary boys and ordinary girls, and it will educate the public and our beneficiaries on how gender-based violence and bullying impacts our learners. Another important thing that it will shed a light on is the importance of reaching out to a mental health practitioner that can help the learner, the family, the school, to support them through whatever impacts them, to support them through the feelings of sadness, that sense of helplessness, that feeling of not being safe, the feeling of being afraid. That is our role, essentially, to be guiders, to hold the pain that our learners experience. And that's going to come across in the videos and the stories that you will be reading.